Dayton ug iyang asawang bulanon
magtiayon sa lalawigan sa Bohol.
Ng isang dayuhan at ang kanyang asawang Pilipina.
7 taon ng mag-asawa sina Terence at Beth na nakatira ngayon sa lungsod ng Talibon, Bohol. Suportado ni Congresswoman Alexi Totor ang programang pabahay ng mag-asawang Martin sa probinsya ng Bohol dahil sa inisyatibong tumulong sa mga Boholano.
Don't forget to share.
Yeah, so there's another one while my husband.
Are you? Are we still on?
Yeah, so while my husband is been here, we're having a relaxation, so our mind is cleared now. So here, so we're having our comment, email, and at the same time some advice. Hi Terence, I have questions. Why? Hi Terence, I have a questions. Why is it, despite of what you're doing, there's still some people accusing and more focused on what you've got? The Raptor, the fish pond swimming pool. The fish pond swimming pool. And they never remember of all you did. Like student, you supported not just one, but many. 69 houses on the way. Difficult to understand, but I hope and pray for God's strength on you. Sending our powerful prayer, Melanie. Thank you, ma'am.
Well, if you're thank you for wishing us well, but if you're hoping that they're going to go away, don't hold your breath. It's just not. It's not part of the makeup of the way that the universe works. There are going to be people, no matter who you are, who really don't like you. I mean, I like certain bands, certain kinds of music, and other people just hate that music, just like I hate my wife drinking my drink now. When I said to her, when I went into the kitchen, do you want anything? And she said no, so I made myself a drink, and now you're drinking my drink.
It just, what do you call that? It just makes the topic hottier. It's getting hottier.
What? Drinking my drink?
Yeah, so I said, thank you, Melanie, for the powerful, what do you call that, prayer?
Well, the good wishes.
The good wishes, we've always been, what do you call that, from the beginning. I think we've been in 5 years, 6 years in YouTube, 2016. We start 2016, and then there are times, that times in our areas, it's not a lot of doing vlogs, doing videos, and then even now, it's pandemic, a lot of actors and actresses, it's been Terence already been doing a video about that it's a lot now, so the market of the YouTube, the what do you call that, the viewers are been going up depending on how avid you are, so to all who continue watching our videos and sometimes checking our channel, thank you, so give us a share and give us a thumbs up. Yeah, so as I said, as Terence always saying, people have different opinions, no matter what you are been trying to say, but God knows, I sure Terence, what do you call, remember I told you before, before when I read some comments, when I read some emails and saying like that, I always been saying, why, but later on I said, Lord, give me the heart to understand, give me the heart to be more patient, and then later on, it turns out, and I said to Terence, you know what, before, when I read something, it really hit my ears, my patience, and getting impatient, but now, I said to Terence, the difference now, the more I pray to God for changes on heart, I said, now I could say, Lord, every night I include that in my prayer, that Lord, I change of heart, to those people that always been running after us, change of heart, because you're there, you're there, what's the truth, you've been there covering us, and always saying that, oh, because they have some protector, right? They got some protector.
Oh yes, we have got a protector.
We
actually.
got God protector, and that's what we are very, very grateful. We're always been very grateful. Very grateful that because it's been in the Bible. Ask and you've been given, and that's what we always been saying. The protections from God. Yeah. So about the Raptor, yeah, I think you've been videoing that, right?
Yeah. People always get stuck on the fact that we've got a fancy car. Actually, we've had that fancy car for 2 years now.
Yeah, 2 years.
It's not a new fancy car anymore, and we saved very hard for it. Now, here's the thing: is if you're reading what people who bash us are writing, then you're going to the wrong place for your information. I'm not saying that you shouldn't look at what they do. I mean, that's for you to decide. But what you need to do is you need to try to get a balanced view and look at what other people say. And here's a fresh thought for you. Look at the videos. You know, I had someone stop me. Someone we know, actually. We call him Tricky Ricky, and he stopped me in Alturas in the hardware store, and he pushed his camera phone into my face, and he said, "Now, what about that Raptor? What about that new Raptor that you've got?" And I'm trying to work out. He said, "So where is it? Where is it?" As if he just caught me with my hand in the till, and I said to him, "Well, it's in the parking lot." He said. So said, "If you want to know about the Raptor, why don't you look on the video that we made a year ago?" So his investigative journalism was failing down a little that day, because he was outing me on having a vehicle that I'd already made a video about having a year ago.
Yeah, it
So,
just happened, you know. We have some videos that went viral, you know. In fact, they got some national newspaper Facebook page that share it. That's the one where we eat shells, you know, where I post Terence eating it, and also the dollar, how much when you live in the Philippines it went, you know, suddenly it's rise up because it's been shared by many, you know. So that's the time, and at the same time, when we are being under attack, you know, that's where we are totally wow, you know. But we don't want to go to the when we are being in the attack of different channel, that's where our income is really wow, you know.
She means it really goes up through the roof.
Yeah.
Can I just make a point about that? You mentioned that video that you did, and you posed the question. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Beth posed the question, hypothetical question, nothing to do with us, okay? And she said, "Is it possible to live in the Philippines?" This is back then, this was like 4 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, 5 years.
Is it possible, she said, hypothetically, to live on $500
a month?
a month?
And the funny thing about that is, I do that video in the morning, right? I do that video in the morning where I just wake up and then I scroll the comment, and one of the comment there is how much money how much a foreigner, how much expat need in order to live to the Philippines, you know. And there's somebody commenting under below 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, and I choose 500, you know, because it's kind of, why is it, you know, 500? I'm gonna do that other point view.
It's kind of down
you know?
to the bone, isn't it?
Yeah, so
500.
how could you live, especially when you're a province, and it's not referred to us, you know. So it's a kind of
We-
idea.
We have never stated, listen, we've never stated that we only have an income on my pensions, 2 pensions of 500 a month. We've never ever said that, because even my slightly bigger pension, which comes from the US, 2 pensions, I've said it a million times. I have a smaller pension that comes from the UK. I always say it's a disgrace to pensions. And then
But we can live good.
I have a bigger pension that comes from the US. And the one from the UK is not as much as 500, and the one from the US is quite a bit more than 500. So we've never ever said that we live on 500, and this has been a big misunderstanding for a lot of people, because they haven't listened to Beth
The whole
saying
video.
this is a hypothetical situation.
Yeah.
And even a close friend of ours, well, someone who used to be a close friend of ours, said, you said that you live on 500 a month. And I never said that. Go back, look at the videos, try and out as if you will. But we never said that we only make 500. What we did say was, we're not rich, but we're not poor. Because of the advantage that we've got over any couple that are living here now, that are expat, old fart, a young woman, whatever you want
We
to,
didn't
however
buy
you
land,
want to
right?
describe it, go ahead and knock yourself out. But we always said that whatever happened, we have enough to be able to live on modestly.
Yeah, and at the
We
same
could.
time, when we come here, we got the land is a nanay's property. You know, it's nanay's property. So we don't need to spend money to buy the land. You know, so we automatically, when we arrive here, I'm gonna build a house in this side, nanay. Nanay said okay. You know, so
Because
that's
that is Beth, this
Yeah.
is Beth's inheritance.
you know, so that's another topic that has always been coming up, and also about the Raptor that never die issues. You know, and also our swimming pool. Our swimming pool, if you come here, I think we got a lot of visitors coming here. Look at that, and they said, "Wow, your swimming pool. This is your controversial swimming pool, and it's just very small. What's
It's actually, I've forgotten whether
And
it's 15 by
3 years in the
15
making.
or 15 by 12 feet. Okay. And we had a lot of people who were very insulting. They were very insulting about our swimming pool when we were building it. A lot of people said, that's not a swimming pool. It's a fish pond.
Yeah, what happened is we have a subscriber before that's saying, because I mentioned about the tab, you know, and then he said, Beth, I'm gonna send 25,000 pesos. You know?
Beth said she had never. We went on a trip to Manila. We went by boat, and in the boat, we found that it was as cheap back then, or pretty much the same, to go by boat and have a stateroom as it was to fly.
Yeah.
So we said, well, 2 years on the ocean. Why don't we go on the boat? And so that was the first time that Beth had ever been in
The tub.
in a tub.
That's my first time.
It was
to
the
see
first
it.
time, and because of that, this person who
I think he said
supported us
5,000 something,
said
5,000,
what?
5,000 until it's because
said, "I want you to get some blocks and start building."
No, he wanted to buy
tub.
No, darling, he wanted to buy a tub, and I said, sir, because I mentioned that to Teresa, I said, where are we gonna put the tub? You know, I'm gonna swimming outside in the tub. You know, so I said to him, sir, can I just use it to buy the money that you sent for the tub? Supposedly, can I use it to buy hollow block? Don't worry, you know, because we just do it bit by bit, you know. So
Yeah.
so that's what happened, you know. And then
How long did it take us?
3
About-
years, 4 years.
Was it 3 years?
Yeah, until it's gonna be finished. And then we have a visitor. It's been stagnant, you know, because with Manong Rado and the other are just digging, you know. And then we got a few blocks, you know, that's what bit by bit. And then we got the friend Tracy from Australia that visiting us.
Yeah.
you know,
By
so
that time,
spent-
we had dug a hole,
Yeah, we dug the hole.
and we'd
With us a few hollow blocks.
we blocked it up, hadn't
Yeah,
we?
with few hollow blocks. And then Tracy staying with us for a couple of weeks, you know, and I think he spent
No, he
around...
was here. He was here for quite a while.
Yeah, and
Tracy.
he spent around, I think, 80,000 pesos. You know, while he's here, he's the one looking on the area. This is what you're gonna buy, how many rebar, you know. So he's here while the guys have been working. And thank you, Tracy. We will
And we didn't
forever
have it-
grateful.
We didn't have it tiled, but we did get a deck of sorts
And about
without a cover on it.
Yeah,
didn't
and
we?
the tiles, you know what happened? We got a lot of tiles because we have our wrong computations, and you know what? It's that we get it in credit. You know, we get in credit the tiles because of our friend. You know, we have a good friend that owned the hardware. You know, so we get it in credit. So we get it by, can we partial next month 5,000, 10,000, and then it's finished. You know, so. That's
Well,
the undying,
that-
that's the
that,
never-ending issues of swimming pool.
That friend was Edgar at the Ambercon hardware store, and he had allowed us, while we were building the house, he'd allowed us to have credit,
Yeah.
and we used to have credit up to 15,000.
Yeah, and then when we
Wasn't
got
it?
the bridge,
Yeah,
we got
and then
around 100.
we used to get credit up to, if we needed it, up to 15,000, and then as soon as I got my pension, I used to pay it, and then we'd start again.
And this is the same what
that's
will
what we
happen
did.
now.
That's what we did when we got the tile for the swimming pool. But,
Yeah.
but
But that's what we did. We got a lot of tiles and
Well, that was,
sprayed it.
that was a huge mistake. That's why,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Because we asked the guy that was Lorraine
Lorraine's
Dat's father was going to tile it for us.
It's
And
miscommunication.
we asked him how many tiles do you need, and he measured it and he gave us a quote for 8-inch tiles,
Yeah.
like tiles like this, and he gave us the quote, and we never thought anything of it. Personally, I'd never ever had anything to do with tiling a swimming pool anyway, and so we took his word for it. And we went down to Edgar's and we said we'd like to look at some tiles, and I chose the tile, and of course I chose
The big
these
one.
400 like this 400 whatever.
And it
they
was
are.
levered here, and I said, "Oh
And
my
then
God,
so
that's
we
a
had
lot."
enough. Instead of getting the small tile, however many tiles we got that many, but in the huge one. So eventually we had enough to do the guest house
And the
as well.
extension, yeah.
And didn't we even have enough to do
The extension.
the extension?
Yeah.
Before
So,
we ran out, it was
so that's the
That was
issue. So
amazing.
that's the concern about our swimming pool. You know, our what do you call that? Olympic swimming pool.
that's
Yes.
what we laughingly call it, because when people want to criticise, they make it seem as if it's an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Yeah, and the other thing
And
is,
then when they're trying to show what cheapgates we are, one guy from England says, well, they haven't got a pot to piss in, have they? So,
yeah. And also the
well, we
other
have-
thing is,
Actually, we have got a pot to piss in.
yeah, we just
haven't
finished
we?
about our Raptor. You know, our Raptor. Yeah. So somebody said, how could they able to do that? You know, saying that, look, as I said, there are times that we're really having a good portion, right? Good portions on our income. You know, so
Yes.
when Manang Lina and Mike here, you know, when Mike is here, we got a good income on that also.
Well,
so
there was
what
a
if-
lot of drama,
Yeah.
wasn't there? People
you know,
like
dramas.
people like the drama.
Yeah, so
you
as
know?
I said, it's kind of bigger. So, and I always didn't put this way. This is how I look. This is how I work. You know, if we got an income, for example, what out of 1 to 10, you know, out of 1 to 10, I make sure that the 8 goes to savings. You know, so
Well,
that's
8%,
8%
No,
goes
no.
to savings.
80%.
8, I mean 1 to 10. So okay, 1 to 100. Okay, out of 1 to
I don't know how
100.
she does that.
1 to 100, 80% goes to savings, you know. So when we got a good time, when we got a good portions on our income,
And
that's
we
where
live,
we're able.
and we live simply. Actually, we live simply now.
Yeah.
We still do live simply.
Yeah,
What
and so
did we
people-
have for lunch today?
Well, the chicken,
Jolly-
one chicken,
Jolly
one piece
bee.
chicken. Yeah, and
Jolly bee.
when Terrence, you know, because we have an issues of our truck, you know, we got an issues always been stagnant. And then when we went to look at, and we both having, wow, this is good, you know. And I said to Terrence, we can do it. But believe me, we just only have couple of thousand left, you know.
Well, didn't I?
I said to Terrence, just gamble on
remember.
it.
I remember that I had to cough up my
Yeah. I said,
my American pension.
yeah, because the leftover on our savings is just a couple of thousand, and I said to Terrence, look, I need to hold your because what our system is,
Need to
I
hold
hold
it, yes.
I hold the ATM card on the UK pension. You know, that's where I use everything, whatever we need. And Terrence got the American pension. You know, so when we got the Raptor, you know, because I said to Terrence, this is what our savings is, and we got some few thousand left. You know, and what if we got some things, emergencies, and I don't, well, you know, how could we able to do that if we got for our expenses on the food, you know? So I said to Terrence, I need to hold your
I had to
ATM.
give up. I had to give up my.
She gave my
American
ATM.
pension.
He gave the ATM to me, and I think after 8 months, I returned that to him.
I always thought it was a long time,
No,
but you
8
said it
months.
was 3 months.
No, 8
8
months.
months. Jeez.
8 months,
Yes.
because that's how I said, look, if you got some money, if you need some money for gasoline, if you need some money for buying things, just ask me. But you know that we have limited, you know, we have very, very limited right now, because we spend a big amount on whole amount from our savings, you know.
Well, how we were handling things, and still continue to handle things
Yeah.
is that Beth has the ATM card for the bank account into which my UK pension goes, and we kind of pay for things out of that for living, for,
Food,
non-essential
salary,
things
yeah.
like food and all the booze and the cigarettes and all the entertainment, all that kind of stuff, and we pay for out of the UK pension. My pension, for all that I actually spend, it's not actually very much. I spend
Is it recorded? Yeah. It's out of what do you call that? Continue.
out of something.
It's a long video now, so we need to shortcut on
But
that.
anyway, just to round that off, I spend my money on getting the house fixed. So I get materials out of the house.
That's
out
why
of-
we're
out
able
of that.
to do
And
some of our
and
do the
that's why
house.
I jealously guard that money as if it's just for getting the house. We've done the house, we've done a lot of work on the house since, for how many years?
4 years.
For
5
how many years we, just to show you a quick flash around, for how many years
Including the
we,
extension.
we didn't have any windows. Now there's our windows. Okay,
Yeah.
there's our windows, and this is our house. It's tiny, but we love it. Wandered off there. We wandered off on a tangent, but that's okay.
Yeah, as they're saying about our
Can you
wealth.
try not to knock my new glasses off?
The wealth that we got so far, the wealth that we got is just the good health. The good health, and at the same time, this is my wealth.
Save me up.
This is my wealth, is, because there's a lot saying that, oh, you're very rich now since from the very beginning, which is we thought, it's true that we only from the very beginning, we only have a motorcycle, and then multi-cab. But then we work hard on uploading videos, sleeping in the middle of the night, if we got a lot of videos to upload, struggling on the signal, in order to upload videos, because we know that if we upload videos, we have a little, we got income on it. Yeah, and at the same time,
It's a very simple computation,
and it's about also of management on your financial, management. If you got an income, don't spend it like an instant millionaire. Don't spend it like there's no more tomorrow. Because remember, we really don't know. I always put that on my mind that I don't know what's happened next. I don't know what's happened tomorrow. I always have the mindset. It's always been put on my mind since I was a kid. It's a picture that once it's the kind of the story of the ants. Remember the ants? When it's rainy seasons, they are been inside, right? But once it's dried, the ants is always getting food to put on the cave, to their house, so that when it's rainy season, there's something already that is being stuck up there.
Yeah.
And that's what I always put on my mind. That look, it's not always been forever that we got good fortune.
That's right. We're
It's not
just like a
always been
pair of
forever
bloody
that
ants.
we got a big income. There are times that we're low point. So at least when we got on the low point, we have something to get on, and that's what I always.
Yeah, see, we were earning great money.
That before.
Last year we were earning great money, and
Yeah.
this year we're not.
Yeah, we're not.
But we are still doing great. Now, this is something that a few people out there who are busy trying to pull us down might remember. We always said that we would do this for nothing.
But the
So-
satisfaction,
The attackers, when people are attacking you and everything, the fact is that we do what we do because we love it, and
Yeah, and I think the
damn
reasons.
it, we'll do it for nothing.
I think
if
the
we
other
have
thing
to.
that why is it Terence and I has been working very good together, and having a good relationship together, because we always have the same motto. We always have the same heart
No,
towards
it's
what
just
we
that
do.
I give in all the time.
We always love to do what we do, and at the same time, despite for what obstacle, what stones on the way on the road, at the end of the day, we always look back the smiles, and at the same time, the satisfactions we get on what we're doing. You know, so yeah, we're the wealth. This is my wealth. The hair,
wealth.
the white hair of my
Don't
husband.
pull the wig, honey. Don't pull the wig.
The white hair of my husband. At the same time, I'm just grateful that he's healthy.
My hair wasn't white when
You
I
know,
came
so as
here.
it says, things life is always have a spicy, you know, and it's just
Spicy?
spices,
Spices.
you know, spices on it, and it's part of life. But I always look back that look, you know, whatever you do, there are always some people that make up stories. There are some people that criticize, but you know in your heart, and God knows what's the truth.
There's
You
always
know?
someone who's not encumbered by
Yeah.
the truth.
Yeah, so as I said, thank you so much, and God bless everyone, and spread love. Spread love, kindness, and hope rather than negativity in this world. Because what the world needs right now, what other people needs right now is love. Have a good day and good night. God bless, and I love you. Bye-bye!